track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. You know who it is. And it is time for a track review. My thoughts on a brand new song and single as usual. Before we get into that, let me just give a shout out to our sponsor, the good people over at The Ridge. They still make these awesome, nifty, metal-plated minimalist wallets that are tough as nails, fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up that link down below. Promo code MELON, you get 10% off. And so this new track, Road Trip, which has been masterminded by none other than a fellow YouTuber Dream, someone who's predominantly known for his Minecraft content and throwing his hat into the musical ring all of a sudden. But why not? So let's give this one a shot and see what the talent pool in the YouTube music community is looking like these days. Road Trip is the name of the track, if I haven't said it again. Features PM Bada as well. It's a short trim, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Let's see what it's doing.
People change like the tides in the ocean. At least I think, or am I dead wrong? Foot on the brake, got the light, I'll notice.
God, how many pop and R&B songs for decades have begun with a guitar line that sound exactly like that? This is just like a very slight variation on that formula. But I suppose it is a little refreshing that there is some stylistic and instrumental contrast along the progression of the song, as from there it shifts into some trap beats, a chorus and synthesizers that feel almost like they are EDM influenced. And it's really a mark of a lot of modern producers and songwriters on the younger side that just don't really see these boundaries anymore between all of these styles and really think nothing of mashing all of them together. And I think it does, lead to some interesting results here and there. And I'm not trying to take that away from this track either. I certainly think that's one of a few things it has going for it. So yeah, there is stylistic diversity within the song itself. Each section of the song contrasts nicely from the one before it, which really reinforces the pretty solid, straightforward, and quality structure of the song. I guess you could say there is sort of a lyrical focus as well, even if that focus is a little too overly sentimental and doesn't really dive that deeply into much of anything other than, again, just kind of this bland, nostalgic image of a road trip and memories that you may be fond of or just kind of, feeling some type of way over. So without a doubt, there are some songwriting fundamentals that Dream really does get correct on this track, even if maybe getting them correct is not necessarily rocket science. But then there are other aspects in which the song is pretty obviously lacking on the production end. There's nothing here in terms of like a distinct sound or texture or anything. In fact, I would say when instrumentally things transition over into the chorus, a lot of the louder sounds that introduce themselves come off just a little messy to cacophonous, nowhere near as clean as everything presented before. That whole portion could use a remix, I think. Compositionally, while the song structure is solid, it's also a little unimaginative. Doesn't exactly do anything ambitious or exciting in the 2 minutes that it has allotted itself here. And finally, the biggest Achilles heel of the entire track is very much the vocals. All the vocals, the feature was a little bland, but it's really the singing that I think is going to catch most people, and it's weak. It doesn't hold that strong of a tune, and on top of it, like from an emotional perspective, it comes off a little soulless. While I know singing and making these emo-tinged trap songs is all the right now, and a lot of the most popular vocalists in that field aren't necessarily like the most skilled singers, I think even this is like a few cuts below the average of where people are operating in that genre. And if Dream is hoping to progress with this particular sound, the singing's going to need to be kind of brought up a little bit. But yeah, those are my thoughts generally on this track. I thought it was okay. For sure, there is a lot of YouTuber music out there that's a lot worse. I mean, it's no Ray William Johnson favorite alien doing your mom shit, I guess. But I think I will leave it at that. Shout out once more to our sponsor, sponsor down below the ridge. And over here next to my head, you can check out another video. Also, the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Dream Road Trip Forever.